Hello, welcome. I'm Hayden. Welcome. This is my video instruction on how to remove and inspect the drain pump of an LG front loader washing machine. So I've removed the top cover and now I'll remove the front panel and the dispenser. The dispenser is so the removal of the dispenser is so that the front cover can be removed from the machine. That gives you access to the lower section of the front loader to access the pump. The tools involved here are just a Phillips screwdriver. I'm using a DeWalt Impact with a Phillips screw head insert, and I've already removed the hoses and unplugged the power supply here. Here I'm removing this front door lock. That's just the two screws, so that when you do remove the front cover, the switch is not held in place from the wires. There's probably about 5 or 6 screws on the front panel here. Um, and then once it's removed, all the whole door and everything comes off, and that opens the front cover. So this is the pump area down the bottom here. I've got undoing the clamps that hold the hoses to the pump, disconnecting the switch here, removing there's a plastic cover, and then just pushing the clip and removing the plug, moving the wires out of the way. I did disconnect the main hose from the pump there. You didn't really need uh, to just remove the pump itself. It's only the wiring and the hoses directly to the inlet and outlet that you need to remove. And to remove it, there's the 3 screws on the front of the machine. I'll remove here. Here it is. So with it out, I can now inspect it, take it outside, bit more lighting. It's got this plastic cover on it. That's the model number EAU 613-83502, LG front loader. I think these are similar to a lot of the front loaders that they use. The same pump. So I'm just going to separate the two here, the pump and the housing. Remove this plastic cover here. Now separate the remaining screws. When you remove this, there'll be an O-ring underneath there. The wiring's caught in this bracket here, this plastic clip. Just open it and release the plastic. There's the O-ring. Sit that back on there. Oh, I got my finger in the one of the, I think it was the outlet. It had a lot of gunk in it. Needs it clean. So this is the impeller end that's connected to the stator, and I think it's connected via a coupling, like a rubber coupling. And, and what's happened is the rubber has deteriorated over time and has severely worn. And then it's that worn that it's caused the brass um, end of the shaft to wear a oblong shape. You'll see when I eventually pull it apart the shape that it ended up being. But um, I can't really work out how they manufacture this because it's almost as if the shaft is plastic cast onto the steel shaft. So it's not serviceable. It's pretty much a throwaway item. So I have ordered another pump. It's on delivery. So this is where I'll end up destroying this end of the impeller just to as part of a inspection and a curiosity, I suppose, to see actually how and why it failed. Um, the motor is actually um, in two parts here. You've got the coil windings as one piece that slides over the plastic housing, which has the stator internally that is attached to the impeller. So it's a pretty good design, all for the sake of um, being water, have a water seal, um, so that the pump can never come in contact with, sorry, the motor can never come in contact with water. It has the two separate sides to it. Um, but you'll see in a minute that um, with all the wear on this pump, like this what front loader washing machine is roughly 12, 13 years old. So it's had a lot of use. It's a lot of cycles, and the wear that has been placed on the shaft is it looks to me quite substantial. And I believe um, there must be a seal that seals the shaft to the housing, and that's deteriorated as well over time. I think that might have been the first thing that went, and then over time the coupling has deteriorated, and then the the water has got into the motor. I could be wrong on that. It might be the case that it uses the water. No, I wouldn't have thought so. But I was trying to think out loud here that the water would cool the wi- the stator. That's well and truly. I didn't want to destroy be too aggressive with it because I didn't know how the pieces were attached, and I didn't want to um break things unnecessarily just to see if I could remove it without breaking it. But unfortunately, um, the items have been either cast, and like I said, they've been cast in place. Yeah, this is it's quite involved here with trying different methods to remove the try and pop Like at first I thought that it was like on a spline or something. It was just maybe glued on there, but I ended up breaking the shaft, and that wasn't apparent until I actually opened the whole insides up and pulled the stator out. I thought maybe that cap on the inside would pop out, so I tried prying it with a little screwdriver to see if I could get some sort of purchase on it, but wasn't to be. And then here, um, and now I'm trying to access the motor side of it to see if I could get the remaining part of the motor out. I did apply quite a bit of force here to remove this little cap holding the stator in, and I wasn't sure what I was going to find. This too looks like it's been cast in place as well. Um, as there was a flange that was larger than this little cap that I've just pulled out. So this cap on the black part of it had an O-ring on it as well, and the shaft would have gone through that. I'm thinking there may have been a seal on the inside of that. I'll actually look into that further. I might cut that. I might section that and have a look and cut it through the center and have a look to see what how it's made. So there was definitely water in here, which means that uh, for some reason water had got in there, which I don't think was supposed to be in there. So that was the end. Was it was one shaft right through into the impeller. We're back to trying to remove this cap inside of here. I ended up going with the multi-tool and just using a bimetal blade just to cut into the side of the plastic impeller. I cut one side and now turn it over, cut into the other side. Just letting the tool do the work. My plan here was to try and separate the in two halves, but one of the impeller um, came apart there, and then I was able to pull the center out, which revealed the worn part and the worn part of the drive onto the impeller. So this is the part that I think you can see it has like a one edge of it, or one part has got like a lug off to one side, and then I believe that other part should be round which then sits in the bottom of the housing, which has these like little rubber. Um, well, that's the remnants of rubber I found in there, um, which I'm thinking is some sort of coupling to allow the impeller to not, to have a little bit of um, buffering before it initial buffering before it um, spilled up.